Hi there, and welcome to Paws Gaming. This is Phoenix here, and today we are going to be recording episode 4 in our breeding masterclass. We had actually hoped to get to this in the last video, but instead it ended up turning into a how to get everything organized and ready to go video. So today we're not even going to mess with any of that stuff. We've already gone through and picked out our breeders. We got them named so that we know what's what. We went through different ways to organize the data so that you don't lose track of what you're doing or where you're going or where you come from. If you missed any of that stuff, I'll have a card pop up now that will link you back to the previous video. Also, we will include links to how to get the area set up and all of those things that we've done in the prior videos. So what we've got here is our breeding set. We're going to use these 6 dinos to get the best stats that we can get based on the ones that we have tamed. So we've got 2 males there and we've got 4 females. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 1 male to 2 females and 1 male to 2 females. And we're going to work our way down from there. So I'm going to go ahead and ball up 3 of them because we don't need them right this minute. We only need 1 male, so let's get the other male. We only need 2 females, so let's get the other 2 up. And we will pull them back out in just a minute. So what we're going to do, actually, we're going to go ahead and move these around a little bit because, frankly, I don't know what their breeding range is. I hadn't bred them yet. So let's get us one of the boys back out, and let's kind of get him there in the middle. Alright. So we've got them there. They've got their little hearts above their heads saying that they're mate boosted. That usually means that they're enraged for breeding purposes. Here, let's get this thing turned off so that it's not in our way, covering up all the stuff. Usually that's what it means, so we're gonna go with that. And this is, guys, this is really, really straightforward, okay? Sorry, I clicked the wrong button. We didn't want to turn the spyglass back on. We wanted to turn the UI back on. They're there. They're ready to go. We want them to breed. You got a male and a couple of females. We're going to go here to the newborn auto trap. We're going to go into options. We're going to go to newborn auto trap. And we're going to click right here, mating on. You got the little pop-up. You watch over here, you see the pouncing hearts above their heads. That means they are making the babies. He says he's ready to mate. She says she'll be ready to mate again in 12. She'll be ready to mate again in 12. And if you come here to the terminal, you'll see that we have 2 eggs. So we're going to grab those out. Then we're going to go back into our auto trap settings and we're going to click mating off. Because with a little bit of luck, we won't need them to make another baby in 12 minutes. Now, here's where how this works deviates based on what you do and what you do not want to use. Here on Limitless Gaming Cluster, we have this wonderful mod called Best Eggs. We're going to go ahead and use it for the series just because it really expedites the process. And I want y'all to know what all options you have available to you and how they work. If we get some requests for it, then I'll go back through and show you the differences where things deviate if you don't have this mod. But the base concepts are the same. So let me explain what I mean by that. So you have the eggs. If you didn't have best egg, you'd have to drop the eggs out, hatch them, find out what their stats were, and hope that the egg got the best stats from mom and the best stats from dad to make the baby that you want. And if they didn't, then you just have to keep rinse and repeating, breeding mom and dad together until that particular role happens. Okay, it's long, it's excruciating. Sometimes it can take literally days to get the right baby to come out. With best egg, as long as you have mom and dad, like we still have them over there, they're not potted up, they're out, they're ours, they're good to go, then you can stick the eggs in here. Okay, and we're just going to have 1 in there for right now so you can see. We can click the egg, and it pops up this wonderful menu here. Now it shows these stats here. Are what the baby has. These are the stats that the baby in the egg, if you hatched it right now without doing anything else, this is the stats that it would have. Okay? So the stats that we want it to have is dad's weight of 82 points. And depending on which mom it is here, we either want it to have a weight of 82 and an oxygen of 92, or a weight of 82 and a movement of 82. We can go back in here and see which one the mom is. So it's oxygen. So we would want it to have a weight of 82 and an oxygen of 92. If we hatch the baby right now as it is without making any changes, it would have a weight of 62 and an oxygen of 92. So the baby wouldn't do us any good with progressing the line, because in order to progress the line for those two dinos, it has to have the 92 and the 82. You see these arrows? That means that if we click this button here that says make best egg, it is going to turn the stats on this egg from this number to this number. Now what these numbers are numbers from the parents. So right now this one got 79 health. 79 health is dad's health, but mom has 83 health, which is the better stat. So if I click best egg, it's going to give the baby the 83 instead of the 79. And it does that with every single stat. So whichever parent has the best stat, it will pull that and it will give your baby all the best stats from the parents, making this egg have the best 100% roll so that it gets the top stats from each parent. That's the first functionality of this. The second functionality of this is this toggle details here. But hang on, I skipped something. The only way that you can make this work where it'll make the stats be the best stats from the two parents is if you have the parents. You see right here where it says found 2 of 2 ancestors. Say that we were on our fourth generation here, it would say found 2 of however many ancestors there are. As long as you have the parents out, then you can use this. If we potted those guys up first, then it would not let us change the egg. If we didn't own those dinos and somebody had given us this egg, it would not let us change the egg. So you have to own the parents, and they have to be out and within range of the best egg, whatever you want to call this thing, the best egg terminal, in order for you to be able to use this. Alright, that was important. So the second functionality is this toggle details. You click it, and this actually gives you the ability to, again, it has to be stuff that mom and dad have. So this is the colors that mom has, and this is the colors that dad has. This is the color combination that the baby is going to get. We can go right here to edit colors, and we can pick which color the baby's going to get in which region. And it's not locked to, like, mom has color 7 in zone 0 and dad has color 95 in zone 0, so we can have either 7 or 95. No. If I want the color 0 to be black, all I have to do is select it, which is indicated by the green square there, and then say I want it to be black. Any color that mom has or any color that dad has, you can apply using this to any region on the baby. Okay, we're going to cancel because we're not worried about editing colors right now. I just want you to know that that's there. I'll show you some more with it after we get them mutated, because that's the point that I fiddle with colors. I just kind of want the colors to form naturally through the mutation process once we get there. Right now, we're not breeding for mutations or anything, so none of that. You're not going to see any of that, because if we get a mutation, we're just going to throw it out. Alright, but we do want to not have to breed these 300 times before we have the best stats. So we're going to click the button right here. Best egg made. It changed these stats from this to that. And now you can drop the egg. It will hatch. The soul terminal will pick it up. We had twins, actually. And those are now level 560, whereas dad was a 525 and mom was a 525. So we've already gone up 30 points. Sorry, 35 points. I'm not thinking clearly. We've already gone up 35 points just with the one breed. Alright? And then we need to come back and we need to do the same thing with the second egg. There we go. So the 560s are the twins from the first pairing, and the 540 is the baby from the second pairing. So what we'll do is we'll actually end up breeding these two guys together. But that's, y'all remember we had 6 dinos we wanted to do, so that's just the first 3. So before we breed those guys, we're gonna go ahead and breed these guys. So so that I don't get mixed up on who's who, I'm gonna go ahead and throw the ones that we still need to do out. That one's a female. That one's... oh no, that was the male. Alright, it's female, male, female. And then we're going to pod these ones up because they are now done. And I'm actually going to come over here and grab us a second soul terminal. Again, so that we don't get things mixed up. And I like to hold on to my backline breeding because Ark sometimes, does Ark things. And if I were to lose my current breeder, if I've kept the backline, the ones that I've already bred out and finished, chances are I'm only going to have to go back one breed. So I'm only going to have lost one round of breeding versus if I just destroyed these guys after I was done with them and kept the babies and then one of those breeders got lost, I'd have to go out and retame and do all the things, and if I'm several generations in, then that becomes a huge pain. So I just hold on to them in a little terminal like this. I set it to the side, out of the way, and I dump all the retired ones, all the ones that I've already finished, into it until I have the line completely finished to wherever I want it to be. And then what I'll do is I will breed a male and a female breeder that I put up, and usually I'll breed 2 sets of breeders that I put up. That way, again, if something happens, then I'm covered every way that I can think of. Those don't get touched for anything but breeding, and if I want one to take out, or I'm going to sell one, or I'm going to give one to somebody, whatever, then I take those out, I breed some babies, I put them up, they stay at my base locked away. So that's just an added tip for the end here. Alright, so we got these out, they're ready to go. We're going to do the turn them on again. Make some more babies. I'm going to grab these eggs. And there we go. This is Gen 2. And we'll have to we'll have 4 dinos there that we need to breed down. So we'll look at those in just a minute. Go ahead and pick these guys up. And there we have it. We've got a 548, a 560, a 540, a 542, and a second 560. So we need the 542, the 540, the 560, and the 548. So thankfully that's 2 males and 2 females. Easy peasy. So we're going to take everybody but the last 560. He's just a bonus. We're actually going to put him over here so that he doesn't get mixed in. Oh my god, guys, look how tiny. Look how teeny tiny they are. Okay. So from here, come on. There. So from here, you can either let them grow up, let the nanny take care of them, and let all be right with the world, or, so that be option one, we just leave them there, walk away, they grow up, they get imprinted. See, they got the little fist bump thing above their heads. That's the icon showing you that the nanny's imprinting them. So we could end it here, we could walk away, and come back in a little bit, they'd be ready to go. We could do the next round of breeding. That round of breeding I'm not going to do on camera. It's the same process. We're going to breed these two together, get the baby, breed those two together, get the baby. When we do the final breed on those babies, then I'll bring you back for the next episode. But if you don't want to wait, like you're in a breeding mood, you're ready to go, then there's another option for how to grow these guys up, and we will throw that into the next video with the last set to where we're going to be making the baby that will be our baseline. We're going to call it here for this one. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I hope it was helpful, and we're going to continue along this track for our breeding masterclass. So please be sure to click the subscribe button and click on that bell notification icon to get notified of when the next video uploads for the series. I will drop a link at the end here for the playlist with all the videos in the masterclass in it, and there will be some goodies down in the description, so be sure to check that out, and I will catch you next time in the next episode. Laters.